Kaboom, and good morning, boomers. It's the voice, Champagne Crypto. Happy Friday to all the maniacs out there. Is this the rip after the dip? The rip after the dip. It certainly seems like the markets are rebounding right now. It seems like we're seeing a rebound on the stocks after some dippage. It appears like the markets didn't like what the Fed said on Wednesday, and there was a sell-off. But guys, as I said, I'm not even sweating back here behind the boards. I believe that this thing is bullish. The trend is bullish. We may give back here and there. We may dip, dive, and slide a little bit, but the overall trend is all the way up, in my personal opinion. I'm reminding you guys, they got a printing press there in the basement, and they're going to run this thing until the wheels fall off, it appears, in my opinion. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. I see ETHEREUMs. I see Stimp 1024 over there on DLive. I'm pushing a multi-stream using Restream.io, and this live stream is being broadcasted to both YouTube and DLive.tv/Champagne Crypto. Boom. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Good morning to ETHEREUMs. Good morning to Stimp 1024. Shout out to everybody tuning in. As I said yesterday, they changed the interface here on me on Restream, and I'm not able to see things as quickly and the amount of people on the population of the chat box, although I do see your comments, and I'm able to readjust that. Let me go ahead and shout out anybody on DLive that has dropped some lemons. Let me check, or at least put this up on my screen here on my end. Boom, boom. I see Stimp over there. Stimp, I see you. And thank you for the 3 lemons. I appreciate you there, Stimp. Let me turn off these coins and these dollar bills. Boom. Shout out to Stimp over there. Let me go ahead and check out the Bitcoin charts. You can see that we're rallying back up there to 94.83 after dipping to 92.27 on the price of Bitcoin. 92.27 was the low yesterday after the market sold off. Guys, there's a correlation between legacy markets and Bitcoin, okay? If the stocks overall go down, expect a little pressure on the bits. And that's what happened. Stocks went down about 5% yesterday, and the same for Bitcoin, bottoming out there at 92, which is showing me that there is some strong support there at the $9,000 range. And that's certainly bullish. And then you see Bitcoin rebounding there to 94, trying to get back over 95, which I think it will conquer today. Now, the big question is, will it jump over that 10? Will it hunt down 10K? Put the body in the bag. That's the goal that I talk about every single broadcast. Get over 10 and stay there. 94, 93 is good, but we need a little bit more gas in the tank. Let me go ahead and check out the coin market caps. We'll run down the stocks. I'll give you guys updates on what my moves are, both on the stocks and the Bitcoin and other cryptos. I recently got accepted to start trading Bitcoin options on Ledger X. I'm going to give you guys an update on that, and we'll be documenting everything. So drop a comment, drop a like, a sub. Make sure you're tuned into the good crypto word. We can't stop. We won't stop. Hashtag bad boy. Bitcoin, they're at 94.81. Let me hit refresh. Make sure we're up to date with the latest pump. 94.88 with Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance there is 64.8, and that's good. Usually it's a little bit above 65. This shows me that there's still interest in the altcoins, guys. Altcoin, specifically Ether there at 237. We have targets for $300 Ether, and it did go over 250. I think 250, it's obvious, and I think that's where we're going to in the short run. But midterm, I think at least 300. Ripple there at 19 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 242. Satoshi Vision we skipped. Litecoin at 44. Binance at 1670. EOS 259. Cardano 0.079. Tezos 273, and you got Crypto.com coin selling off a little bit now at 0.108. Down 4.28%. Crypto.com coin, this one is attractive. It's in our virtual altcoin portfolio, and it has made some steady gains. You got Stellar there at 0.07. You got Chainlink at 4.16, and then Leo at 1.24. Kaboom to Passive Crypto Show finally managed to jump on a live again. Indeed, welcome back. Drop a bomb for you. Guys, drop a comment here in the population. Let me know what's shaking and baking as the markets appear to be ripping after the dip. yesterday. The dip down 5% yesterday, a little sell-off, and I'm not surprised at all, guys. After the gains that were made in both April and May, what do you expect? There's going to be some dips and dives. And right now, we saw a dip yesterday. Fine. It's all good. It's all good. The Fed already announced on Wednesday they're not going to raise the rates till at least to 2022. And in fact, I believe that sooner than later, they're going to slash the rates into negative territory. They're just playing a charade, guys, back and forth, whether they're going to slash the rates. But I think they already know what's going to go on. They're going to slash the rates, make money cheaper, and pump this thing till the wheels fall off. It appears to me. Okay, that's what it appears to me. So let's go ahead and run down the legacy markets and see what's shaking and baking. And that's what good to be back, says Passive Crypto. Yeah, nice to see you back here on the live stream. Welcome back. S&P's up there 2.82% at 3,086. As I've said before, I do expect all-time highs this year for the S&P. We saw all-time highs for NASDAQ this week. Dow is up 3.19. Crude oil's up. Let's see, the bonds are up again, and usually, guys, that's what it is. The bonds are low, then the stocks go low. The bonds go back up, then the stocks go back up. Okay, bonds are up almost 6% at 0.70 there for the 10-year yield. Keep an eye on the 10-year, and this is a indicator that was brought to our attention specifically by Manarino. Shout out to Manarino. He's been calling them. I gotta say, he's been calling them pretty solid. You got Hertz up 58% today after a dumpage. Hertz is booming again. And some of the airlines and the cruise ships are up, all of them. You got American Airlines is up 16%. You got Genius Brands up 25%. United Airlines up 13%. Norwegian at 14%. So those that got clapped up yesterday holding those comeback stocks appear to be making some of that back. If I was holding any of these airlines or cruise stocks, I would be selling today. Now, that's me personally. I'm not, and that's just my opinion. Bitcoin there up 2.45% at 94.90. Drop a comment, guys. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Once again, shout out to everybody on D Live. I see Stimp there, and I'll be dropping 50 lemons in the box right now on the treasure chest. Once we get at least 5 people on D Live, I will be redistributing lemons to the most active users in the population of the chat box. I just added 50 lemons to the chest. Let me share a meme over there with Pepe in the treasure chest. Indeed. Let's go ahead and run down CoinDesk. Is there anything sticking out? Not really. All I'm seeing here is U.S. stock rally following sharp sell-off. Seems to be the talk of the day. Dow adds 650 points. Yeah, it's a bounce back. American Airlines sees 90% slump in second quarter revenue. Although that's true, this is how disconnected we are from reality. Look at this: 90% slump in second quarter revenue, and then their stock today. Okay, 90% slump in revenue. And then their stock is up 16%. Okay? And their stock is up 16%. Guys, this is not the economy. It's the stock market. It's disconnected from reality. Okay, guys? And that's obvious here. This is obvious. Look at Hertz. They're going bankrupt. They're up 55%. Stimp 1024 bought some Bitcoin on the dip. Nice. You know what they say? Buy the dips, sell the rips. That's what they say. So I'm glad that you made some gains on that. The dip went down as low as 92.27 yesterday. We're up at 95.09. Okay, 95.09. Now, I was letting you guys know about me experimenting with the Bitcoin options, and I signed up for LedgerX. Open to all U.S. residents, no minimum account size. I don't know if they have a referral link or whatnot. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to be experimenting with trading Bitcoin options, being that I've been doing that on Robinhood with the legacy stocks. My strategy here is to sell calls on the Bitcoin I already have. So an example of that would be, let's say there's some contracts expiring, let's say in June 26. You can agree to sell your Bitcoin at a price. It could be at 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. And whatever price you agree upon, you receive a payment, a premium up front to be able to pledge that you will sell your bits at that price. Now, at the day of expiration of the contract, if the price of Bitcoin is above the strike price, then you will sell your Bitcoin. If it's below, you get to keep the premium and the Bitcoin. So, that's one strategy. Another strategy, if you'd like to buy Bitcoin, if you have USD and you want to buy the dip, you could say you could sell puts, and what that means is that you receive a premium up front for agreeing to buy Bitcoin in the future at a certain price. You could say, I'll buy Bitcoin on June 26th at 10,000, and then you'll get paid up front a certain amount for that. And then once the contract expires, if it's above or below that, you either have to buy the Bitcoin or you keep the premium. In all cases, you do keep the premium, but whether it closes above or below, that determines whether you would have to execute the contract. Shout out to Stimp1024. Shout out to Passive Crypto Show. Let me show you guys the order book, actually, so you can get an idea. And I know this is more advanced, but we've been rocking here for a while, so we're getting into more advanced Bitcoin strategies. You can see I deposited a small amount just to test this out in a 0.04 Bitcoin. It's like $300-400 worth of Bitcoin. And can you see my screen? No, okay. This is the user interface on the options there. So just to give you an example, here on the left side are calls, on the right side are puts. These are the June 26 contracts. So let's say if you want to buy a call, okay, for $10,000 Bitcoin, you'll pay, they're bidding 200 and asking 268. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I just did an order to sell a call for 11,000 on July 31st. So let's go ahead and show you that. So July 31st, these are the contracts for July 31st. Where are we at? There we go. So I put an order in asking $505 to sell my Bitcoin at 11,000 on July 31st. Now, if Bitcoin closes below 11,000, then I keep the premium and it's all good. Now, if it closes above 11,000, I got to sell my Bitcoin for 11K. Now, again, these contracts, they're in increments of 0.01 Bitcoin. So, this is the rate for one Bitcoin. I'm trying to sell just a small amount of Bitcoin, not the whole entire thing. Looks good, champ. Is it based on smart contracts? No, this is not based on smart contracts. This is a centralized exchange that's federally regulated for Bitcoin options. This is not decentralized exchange. This is KYC. You got to show your ID. This is basically like dealing with legacy markets, because these are physically settled contracts. Like, there's actual Bitcoin behind it, but you're dealing in USD. This is an option. Okay, so this is not a smart contract or anything like that. This is more along the lines of, Ameritrade, Robinhood, E-Trades. The people behind this service, LedgerX, they're actually from Goldman Sachs. So, this is, you got to know what you're dealing with. This is more traditional. Again, we're experimenting with everything traditional, like Robinhood, like this. And then, of course, decentralized exchanges, everything from BitShares to Kyber Network. I mean, we're diving and sliding and testing out all kinds of things. But yeah, that's a little clarification there. Now, let's go back to this for a second, because I just explained the calls as far as like selling calls. But say if you want to be able to buy a Bitcoin for 9,000 by July 31st, you would pay the premium of 1,000. I know that's a little bit confusing, but let's go on the put strategy. Let's say if you're willing to buy Bitcoin at 9,000, okay, at any time, let's say before July 31st, you could receive $650, okay, to agree to buy Bitcoin at 9K on July 31st. Okay. Now, if Bitcoin closes less than 9,000, then you keep the money. If it closes above 9,000, then you have to buy the Bitcoin. Thanks for the clarification, says Passive Crypto. Yeah, drop comments, ask questions, and I'll continue to show you guys what I'm doing here. But I have an open order. It hasn't been filled. Let's see if it does. And if it does get filled, I'll show you guys. $94.90 there on Bitcoin. Let's check out the traditional ones here. I like pulling up this chart every once in a while. It's like the coin market cap for the U.S. stock market. And you can see Apple now is bigger than Microsoft as of late. Apple is now the largest company in the world. $1.489 trillion. Okay, compared to Microsoft, which is 1.44. Amazing. And all these top companies rated buy. Is there any strong buys here on the top 20? Adobe. I actually have this on my watch list too. We talked about Adobe. And you know, Adobe makes Photoshop, they make Premiere, they make a lot of content editing software and whatnot. Shout out to Stimp once again. He bought the BTC on the dip. Let me know what your strategy is out there, guys. Not surprised to hear that about Apple. Yeah, I mean, that's recent. I think with Apple's recent boom this past week, they became the largest company, slightly above Microsoft. Microsoft had been sitting on top for a while. They're basically tied there. This one's at, you can see this one's at 1489 and Microsoft is at 1447. So it's about the same. So they're head-up competition. I like them both. I personally have some Microsoft. And shout out to everybody that just got a dividend for holding Microsoft. I woke up this morning, I got a notification here, and it said, you just got paid some divs for holding your Microsoft stock. And it was like, I want to say it was like 1% or something like that, you know. 218,000 users signed up to Robinhood in the UK. I am at spot 212. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is for Robin. I didn't know until you told me, Stimp, that UK users are not able to use Robinhood as of late. But it seems like that's going to change. And another thing that they did recently on Robinhood is they opened up fractional shares where you could buy a fraction of a stock. So, you know, something like Amazon or Google, you know, that they're expensive. You know, Amazon's over $2,000. So now you could buy a fraction of Amazon. So it's a little bit more crypto-esque. And you know what's good too on Robinhood? You could buy Bitcoin and Ether. You could buy Bitcoin and Ether. It's only a matter of time before Robinhood turns on the Bitcoin options trading. And that's, I think, where it's going to get interesting. But until then, we'll ride with Ledger and see how they rock. Kaboom. Let's see who the top gainers are here on my watch list. You got Norwegian is bouncing back after getting clapped up yesterday. Top shipping. This is something I haven't really talked about. This is like a wild move that I made. It was a dumb move, actually. I got into this little baby penny stock because I knew someone that was in it, and I was like, oh, I'll throw a Benjamin at it. And I got clapped up, so I don't even want to talk about it. Really, it was a bad move, but I have it on my watch list because I threw $100 on it. Royal is up 12%. Plug is up 10%. PLT is up 5%. I made some gains on PLT, which is Plantronics. I let you guys know about that. I had some options that I flipped. One contract there, I made 100%, and the other one I made 50. So I'm out of that play. Marathon Oil's up 6%. You got Adobe. Adobe's looking good. Let's look at the technicals on Adobe. Look at that. I like Adobe, and it's one of the companies that I use, like whose products I use. That's one thing that I did weeks back, is like really charted out all the things that I'm actually using, from your communications to your software to your hardware to your food. What companies are you using? And Adobe was on that list, along with Microsoft. A lot of green today. Seems like almost everything's green. Is there any red? What's in the red today? Cisco. That's interesting, because this is one that I would have thought to... is this the right Cisco? Is this the food Cisco? No, this is the wrong Cisco. That's why. Yeah, Cisco Corp. This is the one I was... Cisco's a food distributor, and I've been looking at food and restaurants for possible comeback stocks. Trapping investors here, Kaboom. Rafterman's here. Yo, champ, I see you. Let me drop bombs for you guys. Back to the box. Yeah, I was just letting you guys know that I got accepted to trade Bitcoin options there at Ledger X. I was showing you guys the order books and a little order that I placed in there. I'll keep you guys updated. How long could this false economy last, says Rafterman? I think it's going to last a lot longer than some people expect, because what's the alternative? That's the bottom line. What's the alternative? And I think a lot of people in the U.S. don't realize this, but when the world economy gets unstable and things get kind of weird, a lot of money flows into the U.S. Okay, because it's like the safe haven. If you're in a foreign country and things are weird in the global economy, what do? You buy U.S. You buy U.S. People outside of the U.S., they do that. Money flees into here. So while we may be freaking out and some people over here may be cashing out, the rest of the world, they want to get U.S. dollars. That's why when the pandemic struck, the value of USD went up. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but we know it's funny, Bunny. We know the deal, Rafter, man. It's we have no economy, guys. The unemployment is through the roof. Okay. What kind of economy are people even referring to? This thing is not an economy. It's just a manufactured stock market. But we know that, and we'll play it accordingly. Let me go back to the Bitcoin charts here. Problems is dollars cannot put products on shelves. Well, they can if people are working, if still going to work for dollars. People still want to come to this country to work for dollars. People still accept dollars worldwide. So yeah, dollars do put products on the shelves. It doesn't make sense entirely when you look at the big picture. I understand, and I understand that we should be creating infrastructure. I agree. I agree. We should be on a more sound system. But for the short term, this thing. They're going to keep rigging the game. It's like Monopoly. What happens if the bank runs out of cash? No problem. Just keep printing more and the game keeps going. That's if you're playing the game of Monopoly. As soon as there's another game to play, though, then things may change. But I don't see a bigger game in town. You see what I'm saying? There's no bigger game in town. But I do agree with you. We need to be creating infrastructure, absolutely. And if we want us to be sustainable long term, we need to bring more manufacturing, back. We need to be more self-sustainable. Short term will last how long? We don't know. And Rafter, man, the thing is that, you know, the plan is for the central bank to own everything. It's not for the people to have equity, you know. So yeah, they're going to run this thing till the wheels fall off. You know, the global order, they want the global order. But we know that, and we'll react accordingly. And that's why it's important also to, you know, bet against this debt and be your own bank, and the fact that hold your own assets and make sure you have your own stuff, you know, in the sense of precious metals, cryptos, and other hard assets. And you could play the stocks in and out, and obviously they may or may not go up. But, you know, the best thing you could do is have something that's physically in your hand, including some cash too. We saw that with when the pandemic struck. I think in this climate, you got to have option A, B, C, and D. You know, you got to know where you would pivot to almost everywhere. And you also got to think like the rich. They play both sides. You know, they fund both sides. Rafterman's efforts are higher into crypto. Yeah, I like the efforts of crypto. That's why we've kept our position here. And gold and silver, absolutely. I'm waiting for a little silver delivery myself. I let you guys know, was it yesterday or the day before? I got some from SD Bullion. Fed is pumping and dumping on retail investors, says Sky Operator. Yeah, the Fed's going to do what they want, you know. And they said it on Wednesday. They're not going to raise the rates, and they're going to use all the tools in their toolkit, a.k.a. the money printing machine. So they'll let it dip a little bit. Listen, they got to let it play out. You think they're just going to press the button and it's going to go straight up? There's going to be a little bit of pullback here and there. But the overall trend is up. Listen, as the currency inflated in Venezuela with the socialist takeover over there, the stocks also gained a lot of weight. Mr. Ledger X trading stuff, will rewind it later, says CryptoZilla. Yeah, it's not much. I mean, I went over the book a little bit, you know, and I put in an order. It's just, you know, I'll let you guys kind of catch up and do a little research. And, you know, if you guys have questions, let me know. But I'll be the guinea pig. I'm selling a couple calls there. Let's see what's going on. I may even sell some puts. And that way, you know, if worse comes to worse, I end up with more Bitcoin. Rafterman's up 10 to 20%. Yeah, Bitcoin, guys, 95.15. We dipped to 92 yesterday. You know, the only thing that, you know, we should know that in the short term is that, you know, like yesterday, S&P went down, the legacy stocks went down. So did Bitcoin. Today it's going back up. So did Bitcoin. CryptoZilla says it's U.S. only. Okay, you may want to check Deribit there, CryptoZilla, Deribit. That was the one I was looking into, but they don't accept U.S. So maybe they accept, you know, on your end. I know you're in Japan. Maybe, you know, check it out, Deribit, Deribit. It can always go under the bed, champ. Yeah, you could throw the Bitcoin under the pillow. You know the deal. Thank you, CryptoZilla. He just dropped 10 lemons. I appreciate that, Zilla. One ice cream. Now, the play that I'm in today, I'm waiting. I placed an order to sell a call at $11,000 for $500. So I'll sell my Bitcoin at 11K for $500 by July 26. That order hasn't been filled though, and it's not. I'm not trying to sell the entire Bitcoin. It's you could do it in increments of 0.01. The T0 wanted to fill out an IRS doc for non-US. That's where I draw the line. That's weird. So they want you to fill out an IRS document, and you're not. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, if you're not in the U.S., what are you going to be filling out anything for the IRS? That's weird. And Zilla, you said Robinhood doesn't accept traders from your end, right? Let's take a peek at. Let's take a peek at our altcoin portfolio. After Kyber boomed yesterday, Kyber Network. We got some good picks here, guys. I think the best pick for the altcoin was crypto.com. Nobody else was talking about Champ. Picked that one pretty well. I didn't see anybody else really talking about that one. I was like, guys, crypto.com, check this one out. And look at it. Boom. All right, this is our portfolio here. Where are we at? 13.1, which is good, okay? We're outperforming Bitcoin here. Let's see. Yeah, crypto.com has been a pretty good performer, but look at Kyber Network. This week is up 77%, up 9% in the past hour. This thing is ripping. Kyber Network allows you to swap out tokens there on the Ether platform. It's kind of like a decentralized exchange, but you don't. It's not like a traditional exchange where you have the whole order thing. It's like you send it and it swaps it out for the current rate. Robinhood's only for the U.S. That makes sense. That's what I'm hearing, that Robinhood is only for the U.S. I wonder if you could use maybe like TD Ameritrade or E-Trades if you're interested. I mean, that's not everybody's interested with the stocks, Listen, I wasn't either, and I was very anti-legacy stocks. But let me tell you what really brought me around to checking out the stocks. When I realized that crypto was more correlated with the stocks than I had thought. And that crypto is just also another speculative thing. That Satoshi, once I realized that Bitcoin is not going to save the entire world, and it's not like completely the opposite of the legacy system, I'm like, well, you're just trading in speculation. One is a little bit more than the others. It's just a degree of decentralization or speculation. So then I was like, all right, let's shake and bake on it. Maybe T0 is something similar because it's an equity. That makes sense. I mean, if it's regulated equity by U.S. regulators, then they're going to want to know their customer. But, as far as an IRS stock, I don't know. Like, when I signed up for Ledger, you got to show, you got to show your ID, and, you got to identify yourself like you would with any other bank or whatnot, like Coinbase or anybody else. So it's traditional. It's KYC. It's regulated. T0 allows foreigners, but they have to submit a form W8BEN. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know what to say. But listen, I mean, I think it stands to, you could expect if you're going to do something that's regulated, then you're going to have to show ID, I mean, you're going to have to pay tax, and it's just what it is, And if you're okay with that, and I'm okay with that, if I understand, listen, if you're going to trade a stock or everything, you're going to be regulated. They're going to know what you have. It is what it is. You know what you're getting into. It's pretty clear. Not worth the extra accounting and not bowing the U.S. tax authority. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. If especially if you're not a U.S. citizen, then I get it. Like, I wouldn't want to KYC for Japan. You know what I mean? Like, I think Japan is cool or whatnot, but I don't want to be signing a paper for a Japanese authority. They don't have jurisdiction. I get it. I totally get it. So it's you may have a different opinion depending on where you're located. And that's all good. I get it, Zilla. That's just the world we're in. They want to know everything about you. Yeah, with when you're dealing with money in regulated markets, you need to. There's a rule. It's called KYC. Know your customer. You have to document who you're dealing with, just in case there's any funny money. That's how they prevent They say that's how they prevent fraud, which is true, but that's basically how they end up taxing you. Right. Yeah. You want to do taxes in Japan? I don't think exactly. I get it, Zilla. Absolutely. Hopefully it will go into popularity and get on some dexes. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, if once you do a KYC with any of these companies or whatnot, you're on the radar. I was just looking at a headline or some information yesterday that Coinbase has sold information to the IRS or whatnot. So like, if you're on Coinbase and you've been buying Bitcoin or whatnot, they probably let the IRS know, and that's something that that's something that you should expect. You're being tracked on every angle, from every app, from everything. So you should expect that everything is trying to encroach on your privacy and take it from there. And really, if you want to go full crypto, full private, Monero. That's the one, guys. Monero. Not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, we already know it's a surveillance. That's another thing. Once you realize, Bitcoin's a surveillance, you're through chain analysis, you could figure most things out. Then how is it any really different than a KYC with the stock? You're going to end up getting taxed anyway. There's like it's basically it becomes more and more like traditional. And maybe it's not directly, but you see what I'm saying. I know that some tried it in the past. Only if you do big numbers, it's worth it. And even then, it's committing to foreign government that you don't live in. I don't agree with that. I agree with you, Zilla. Absolutely. I get it. And if I was in your position, I'd probably more than likely would have the same opinion that you do. I wouldn't want to be, submitting my information to the government of, I don't know, Japan, any government, I'm not discriminating on it. I just don't want to. I get it. Whether it be Germany, Japan, Belgium, Sweden, the Netherlands, But, once you get into this, you start getting deeper into the Universal Commercial Code and maritime law. And that's why even it exists to a certain extent. How about India? India is supposedly going to ban Bitcoin. A lot of these foreign countries like Japan, now India, they always are back and forth whether they're going to ban the stuff or not. I wonder if that would impact the markets. Let me see if anybody else is on D Live. 3 people. Let me get one or two more people here on D Live so I can pass out these lemons. Let me know what's shaking and baking as the week wraps up. It's Friday. Shout out to all my pandemic survivors. What what's up with COVID, guys? Is it over? What happened? I mean, where are we at? I'm not watching the news, so I really don't know. Last thing I heard, some leftists took over 6-block radius in Seattle, and the mayor submitted he surrendered the police department to them. It's getting wild out there, guys. I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm not listening to the news. That's what it is. I'm dealing with observable reality out here. Let me know what's shaking and big. How fast things can change, huh, guys? That's why you always got to keep some dry powder. Make sure you have your supplies. At any moment we can get invaded by the aliens. We can have the global blackout. You got to be prepared out here. The governor said he hadn't heard about it. Yeah, it's incredible. Ian Tattoo says COVID got canceled for the riots. It seems like that, right? Same officials that were telling everybody to stay home, they just came out of their houses to protest. I mean, this is wild. If you haven't figured out that there's a force that wants to destroy the U.S. and replace it with, I don't know what, then, the joke's on you guys. It's right there. Like, don't you see the powers that be? Even that there's people within the state that want to destroy the state. The Chicago mayor going off on one of the aldermen. Ops got leaked. I don't even know who that is, but yeah, the Chicago mayor. I mean, didn't she say like F you to Trump? I remember when the elders were talking about the communists coming to America, and so much of the younger population didn't believe them. But look now, guys. There a lot of the elders were right. The commies are here, and a lot of people are following communist ideals, and they don't even know what they're following. It just sounds like some good virtue signaling. It's like, equality, yay, everybody gets treated equally. It's pretty ridiculous, guys. There is no equality in heaven, guys. There's not even equality in heaven. What makes you think there's going to be equality here on earth? That's a major red pill, guys. There isn't even equality in heaven. There's rankings amongst the angels. Okay, and you want everybody to be equal down here? How could you even be happy down here when you would probably be complaining in heaven about equality? No, one of the town aldermen listed out of a number of concerns, and she tried to blow him off, and then she yelled, "He's 100% full of shit." Yep, and told her to F you. And yeah, he told her F you. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, it sounds like an argument. The private call got leaked. It's shocking someone like that is in charge. I'm not too shocked. I'm not too shocked. I think people are starting to realize that, guys, the people in charge, I mean, a lot of the stuff I was saying like a year ago now, people are like, well, he wasn't so wacky, Well, come on, guys. Just bring God closer and just fix your own household before you're out there protesting. How about you make sure that there's order in your house and things are cleaned and, things are on point? How about you bring order out of your own health? Eat correctly. Speak correctly before you go out there and trying to start complaining. Have you conquered even your own self? That's the hardest thing, to get in under order. Was it leaked? I listened to it last week. I think it's always available to the public. Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I mean, I do know what you're talking about. This conversation between the mayor and somebody else, alderman, and somebody getting cussed out. But yeah, I mean, I really don't care. Kaboom! Big Papa's here. Shout out to Big Papa. Good day, David Couch. Boom. See you maniacs out there. So at the beginning of the broadcast, I let you guys know that I got approved with Ledger X Bitcoin trading options. I showed you guys the user interface, the order book. I placed a little order there to sell a call on July 26th for 11K, and I'm asking 500. So let's see if it gets filled or whatnot. CryptoZilla says those calls are not normally public. Yeah, I don't know what calls you're referring to, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy that an official would be acting like that, but we're living in the clown world, guys. They want to destroy, all logos, all order. It's out of control, guys. I told you, if you haven't realized that we're wrestling against the dark forces of evil, literally, then I don't know what else to tell you. Derek says Chicago's known for corruption. Isn't Barry from Chicago? Barry Soetoro, your boy? We got 4 people on D Live. CryptoZilla's like, nah, you think? Yeah, Barry. Your boy Barry Soetoro. You guys may be asking, who's Barry Soetoro? That's your commander, your former commander, guys. Ian says he lives in Chicago. It's always been crooked. Yeah, ever since the old mobster days, right? I don't know much about Chicago. I'm trying to think if I've ever been. Not that I remember. I don't even think I've ever been out in Chicago. To be honest with you. We got Derek's from Chicago. We got Ian. They're from Chicago. How about the BLM donate button going to Act Blue Pack? How's that for corruption? Oh, yeah. If you follow the money, BLM is funded by or owned by Act Blue, which is, funding Warren and Biden. Follow the money. But this is a lot of people don't know this. For me, like I've known this for such a long time. It's like, guys, it's clear. I mean, it's years now. And that's why some of the Q stuff is relevant, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that the pit of darkness, I think the pit of darkness was open and the demons were let out for a little time. I think it's been open. It's been a longer time than we expect. I mean, this world, who's been in charge for a small amount of time before the real leader, the real king comes back. It's crazy, guys. I mean, how more and more relevant the Bible is. It's like it becomes more and more relevant. Ian's in Frankfurt. Derek says that's a nice little suburb. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. But shout out to Chicago. It looks like a nice looking city. I don't know, it appears like there is some corruption and a bunch of lefties as well, but that seems to be the case with a lot of the larger metropolitan areas. All right, guys, drop a comment here. Let me know what's shaking and baking. And how about that area of Seattle? Now it's called the Autonomous Zone or whatnot. That's like, would you have ever thought that a band of, I guess they're like warlords or what happened out there? People took off over a 6-block radius. They surrendered the police department to them, and apparently now if you own a business in that area, you got to pay the warlords. Or it's wild. It's wild. That's why you gotta have be armed, guys. That's the bottom line here, because you never know what's gonna happen. The lefties, they want to tell you not to have a gun, but they also want to tell you they want to defund the police. So it's like, what who's gonna come and help? Who's gonna come and help you? The transgenders? I don't know. Derek says, yeah, it's a beautiful city, but it's very liberal. Yeah, most of the big cities, New York, LA, that's usually what it is. Take a peek here on D Live. We got 5 people on D Live. We're about to do a lemon distribution. Let me drop a bomb. Boom! Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Guys, make sure you head over to dlive.tv/champagne-crypto. I'm about to redistribute lemons to the most active participants in the chat box. I'll click distribute rewards. On your end, you'll get a pop-up that says claim rewards. If you don't get the pop-up, it's because your pop-ups are blocked. Unblock them right now. I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go ahead and distribute the rewards. They are 51.1 lemons. They're about to be distributed here in the box. Make sure you click claim rewards. Let's go. 30 seconds. I got to keep cutting the beat because they try to flag me with these beats. Stimp 1024, there, just this the big winner. 32 lemons for Stimp. Boom. Stimp has been showing up. Stimp, you found this channel via D-Live or via YouTube? How did you come across the champion? Kaboom, says Cash Couch. Yeah. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm pushing this stream via Restream.io service to both D-Live and YouTube simultaneously. And this feature on the D-Live chat box allows me to redistribute lemons to the most active users. So if you're interested in participating with that, go ahead and do it. Join D-Live. I got a link down below. This is a crypto-friendly live streaming platform that appears as an alternative to like Twitch. This runs on Bittorrent and Tron, I believe. So check it out. Kaboom, Stimp. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Yeah, let us know how you came across the channel, Stimp. Are you a D-Liver or a YouTuber or what's going on? Thanks again to Stimp for tuning in through D-Live, through staking BTT on here. Nice. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that because most of the people that are watching are probably from YouTube. We've been on YouTube for years, and it was this year that we started doing D-Live. So it's nice to get some new viewers. I'm not even calling you guys followers because, you know, it's just people that are viewing the channel. So not even supporters because we're not children. It's just the viewers of the champagne viewers, the crypto viewers, the boomers. Shout out to you, Stimp. I appreciate you tuning in and share this on your feed and let the rest of the animals on your farm know that we're here daily pumping and kabooming with the best of them. 94.85 on the bits after dipping to 92.27 during yesterday's dip. Stock markets dipped to 5%. So did Bitcoin. Now we're ripping again back towards the green. And I'm glad because I want my NVIDIA put credit spread to close above 41.50 so that I could get my $60 credit for a $250 collateral that I put up earlier this week. And it looks like it's going to hit. I also have a play on Fastly that is going to close out next Friday. I'll keep you guys updated on that one. And I just put an order in to sell some calls on Bitcoin at 11,000 on July 26. So let's see. Those are the plays. Those are the plays that we've been doing. I'll take a few more comments and questions as we wrap up the hour. I think I'm going to leave it at an hour today. We put up the morning video. Guys, follow me for you guys, especially Stimp. Follow me there on YouTube because I do morning update videos. They're short videos, like 5-minute videos. Me driving around in the car when I go get some coffee or whatnot, and I'll do a quick video giving you guys a quick update with the markets or whatnot. And I just leave those on YouTube. So you may want to check that out. Those are not live streams. They're just short little videos I'm popping up there. So if you're following me on D-Live, make sure you do that on YouTube. If you're following me on YouTube, follow me on D-Live so you can get lemons. On that note, shout out to Stimp, Cash Couch, the rest of the boomers out there, Zilla, Derek, McLean, and everybody. Rafterman, I see you guys. Thank you so much for the love. Have an excellent weekend, you guys. Stay strong out there. And, instead of letting the current event, the news gets you down, just clean up your own house. Become more disciplined, become stronger, and get things within you and your family in order before you start worrying about everything else. And that may be a better strategy than to be worrying about the 6-block radius in Seattle. You know, most people are not out there. I'm sure there's, if you're out there, then be worried about it. And of course, we're thinking about it, but we should be more concerned with our households first. Have a good weekend to you, Stimp. Shout out to Cash Couch and shout out to everybody else tuning in. It's the voice of the blockchain, your favorite live streamer's favorite live streamer, Champagne Crypto.